don't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones, and this is the Talk Beat Jones. 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 Woo! I needed that. You're watching Talk Beat Jones. We're on the air every Sunday live from 9 until 10 a.m. on Sundays. Make sure that you call and talk to your friends, your family, your associates. Let them know they can watch us on Roku. They can watch on Amazon, Apple. They can go through the internet at TV33WHPR.com. Also, you can pick us up on your telephone at the TV33 WHPR app. Such a wonderful thing. You can watch us anywhere in the world. When I was in California, when I tell you that I can watch and listen, I was watching, I left my computer, so I was watching things happening at different times on my telephone. So that's why I say I was able to watch, listen to what is going on, kept abreast of the callers, the hosts, and to hear what actually was people thinking as I just stepped away to clear my head, take all my prejudices away and just clear my head. And that's what I did, and I feel good. So the question that I was asking, that I'm asking again is, how can and why would uh, Deputy Chief Amos, a.k.a. Reggie, on the other white folk station, why is it that he's changed his endorsement from talking about Coleman Young and the things that Coleman Young could bring to this community as well as now the congressional district, and have gone with this other candidate who is not black? Not a diss to the other candidate, but just a question as to how can this person who's called and been so adamant about these things make a change. And I'd be open to listening to what he is and what made him change. Not that he's going to change my mind about a person that is doing that when you have a Coleman Young who's done nothing but try to work hard for this community, and now would work hard and fight for you in a congressional situation. The other question I'm kind of asking, I'm going to get those numbers up there shortly, okay? But the numbers is 313-868-0342, 313-868-4336, 313-868-0351. And question again comes back is, how long will the winner serve before Congressman John Conyers' term is up? You know, this is not a full term that the person that will be elected to serve John Conyers' office, it's not a full term. But I can't remember, so maybe someone can help me understand again how that works. And then we come across, and we have another situation in which Senator Burt Johnson, Highland Park, was forced to resign. So we have that seat open. Have you heard anything about that? The people that is trying to take Senator Burt Johnson's seat, have they talked with you? Have they advertised in this black station? Have they? Have they? This was once their base. Or is it that because most of them are retreads, that they feel that they can talk to their base that got them elected in old elections? And that's why I say about them looking at your intelligence, they don't feel that you have the intellect to peel back the onions and make a concerted effort to make change. They don't believe that you can do that. They believe they can give you the old okey doke and they can ride in because all they've got to do on a low voter turnout is have their base turn out and they're going to win. They really don't care if 10, 15, 20% of the people come out to vote. A low turnout base vote for people who have a base of operation is good. It's good. Because they've been whining and dining and hot dogging and chicken dinner their folk to get them hyped up to make sure they go out to vote. And then we wonder what's wrong with the politics. Because y'all will not serve them the hurricane. I'm not talking about the liquor. I'm talking about the vote. I'm talking about the vote. Serve them the hurricane. Come out and vote. Shock the world. Be like Muhammad Ali. Shock the world, y'all. Now, who's running for Senator Burt Johnson's office? You can think about it now. You can think about it later. You can think about it when the results come out. But the question is, what are you thinking? What are you thinking when it comes time for you to walk and put that vote in? Or when you have put that, made your vote and you're looking at the results and you wonder how did the situation happen the way it did? How did your person, how did they win? Or how did they lose? Why? So for Burt Johnson's office, we're looking at mostly retreads. So, and the question is, have you seen any of their ads on TV? Or is it that they're just looking for the voting base of old prior elections to push them over the top? Question is, do any of you know who's actually running for the office? I could not think of all the different people who are running for office, for Senator Burt Johnson's office. That's a shame. You remember when the elections used to be fun? Remember when people used to ride around with the bullhorns, come knock on your doors? You turn into TV 33 and you have all these people that was advertising, all these community groups that was coming in advertising. You had different hosts that was on the station that had been put into their positions of election to be elected in various offices because they had been supported by the family of TV 33 all those years. Let me give you just a few names, and maybe some of you may be able to give me more because I can give you more of the ones that's elected today, but we're not talking about the ones that's not running. We're talking about the ones that have run. We know that Councilperson Reverend Joanne Watson have been a staunch person in this community and have had a word through TV 33 all of these years, both before elected and since being elected. Let's look at Kwame Kenyatta. Kwame Kenyatta was a host for many years on TV 33, both before he was a councilman and after. Not so much after he was a councilman. No, let me change that. And someone may want to call and say, yes, he was. Well, I can't remember. I cannot remember, but I know that he was a host here. Um, Now let's go to, when I say Bert Johnson was not an elected official during the time that he was coming with Bill McConaughey. Bill McConaughey was the person that was in the elected position. However, Bill McConaughey and Bert Johnson were hosts here on TV 33, and McConaughey continued to ride that legacy through TV 33, through his next elections, and now he is an appointed judge. That's right, he is an appointed judge. And a person who's always been asking for TV 33 audience support, and Ms. Betty Cook Scott. So we have those persons, and also you had during the time back in the day when we had this problem with the city clerk having her persons helping the seniors fill out their ballots or filling out the ballots for the seniors. We had a situation that caused a scandal. Through that, Miss Janice Winfrey was being brought into TV 33 for interviews to introduce her to the community, and et cetera, et cetera. And when the scandal hit, Miss Winfrey was the person that was elected as the city clerk, and she's still the city clerk. Not that she does, she's doing any advertising per se with TV 33. So that's a question. Now maybe she is, maybe she is not. I'm not sure. Maybe someone again can let us know. If not, I appreciate you listening to what I'm saying, because sometimes listening is good, because we don't have the controversy. We just have a conversation, and when you're listening and you're in agreement, that's fine. If I'm saying it in a fashion that you say, well, I can't say it any greater, any better, then I'm pleased. Thank you so very, very much. Here's another situation here as we talk about black folks, talking about doing business with black folk, black entities, etc. Well, we had the association, is it the National Association of Black Journalists? All them thousands of people, I'm sure if it's not high hundreds of thousands, came, that's here in Detroit, meeting, doing their thing, having fun, spotlighting on the stage. But do you think that that group or that organization would have set aside some time to come and bring those folks here to TV 33, Cable Channel 91, in which we have the accommodation to handle 10 people, 20 people, 100 people, 400 people, and have it where you can see it live? Why? And these are the same folks that talk about racial discrimination in their work, in their TV series or in their movies that they're making. And we talk about how we need to be unified. And the question always comes up from year to year to year is, when we come together, this is what we're going to be able to do. When we come together. How is that always put out there every year as to when we come together, and when we have folks coming up to time for it to place our black folks in office, they're falling off like fleas to go to the other side. Why? Why? Because they do not respect you. All they want you to do is spend the money and watch their shows. Here, the election folks, they don't care about you. All they care about is getting that check. And if you've seen, many of them get the check and they still screw up trying to find another way to get some more money. Yes, getting a check, getting a pension, getting all the benefits, and for five and dime, our council persons, our senators, our, have gone to the wayside because they were looking at trying to do something that they knew or heard of some white boy, some white woman in office have been able to do. And they forgot the history. When you're black and you're in the office and you're doing these things, white folks are only going to let you do it so long before they decide to pull the plug on you. And that's what they've done. That's what they have accomplished each time in removing a black person out of office. So why do we keep doing these things? Is it need, greed, or is it that we're trying to run with folks who make more money, but we're trying to keep that image up that we're doing very, very well? Front door. Is that what's going on? Well, as we're going along here, this says that there's close to 7.4 million voters are registered for Tuesday's primary election, where they will be invited to help select the next governor and make many other important decisions. The polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. The governor's race. Now, you have had a chance to listen to some of the people running for governor, but I'm going to peel back the onion way back. There was a black man named Bill Cobb who started running, started coming around, going around places, and letting people know he wanted to be the person to represent black folks, to all classes of people, as the governor. It is ironic how many of the hosts on both television and radio did not want to support this man, and no matter what his credentials that he brought to the table, they did not want to support him. And so he's having to try to get in as a write-in. But was it because he didn't have any money? Was it because he did not have any money that the black folks decided that they did not want to have anything to do with him? He didn't have no money and didn't have name recognition. And yet we have some of our big important black folk who again decide to go away from a black candidate and is willing to go with another candidate of a different racial background. Is this fair, or is this the way we as black folks, are we that easily bought? Or is it that we are that easily bought off? You know, you can buy a person by putting money directly into their pocket, or you can play the shell game and you can have something that's going on and they can contribute, make donations to your other entities, have other folks make donations to those other entities, and you're all good. I'm listening to some of our powerful black folks skinning and grinning for the folks who can, or persons who can have some money or have money. But while they're skinning and grinning, did they have their candidate of choice work within the black media? The black media. And the question goes out again. They talk about, we as black folks, we need to support black businesses. Last time I looked, Mr. R.J. Watkins, Mr. Henry Tyler, etc., they're black. So the head of this business is black. Why is it that we don't have everybody breaking down this door to get in and get on TV or the radio? Because he has three entities. He has the 88.1, the 107.3, and TV 33 with three different channels. You have the opportunity to make a powerful statement if that's what you choose to do. You can serve them the hurricane. What again is the hurricane? Not the liquor. The hurricane is your vote. We urge you to come out and vote. Shock them. Shock the retreads, the people that just think they can just come on. Oh, by the way, I didn't say that also George Cushenberry, retread, had a show here for many years on TV 33 that helped keep him going along. So why is it that all these folks decide that they don't need you in their corner? I would send them a message. Because if you decided that you're tired of your water being shut off, if you're tired of electricity being shut off, if you're tired of your rates going up, if your schools are being disrespected, your children being disrespected, you as a person in this community being disrespected, don't you think it is time for you to get up, stand up, do the right thing? Serve them the hurricane. And when you walk out that pool, that voting poll, you let the people know, I served them the hurricane, because they cannot just take my vote for granted. They cannot just put something in the paper at the last minute and the paper tell you, here's who you need to vote for. Here's who the paper vote for. Here's who the paper is supporting. You don't have to listen to the trickery that is being produced on some of the stations through the hosts being undercover with who they are supporting. Telling you, I don't support the candidates, I just give a report. But once they start giving the candidates, they can tell you who their friends are, what they know about them, and how great they think those persons are. Huh? Is that real? But again, they don't respect you. You've got to stand up. You have got to stand up. Think about it. You have a chance to think about it now, and then you have an opportunity when the election is over to see if the conversation that you had with you and your family and friends, did it work? Was it any good? Is there any hope? Or is the game too deep? Is the game too deep? For the folks who wanted to look at, well, we'll see what happens when Donald Trump gets in office. Maybe it's going to help black. Oh, come on now. Is it helping you? I'm calling out the black leaders, the black activists, and ask the question, did Donald Trump, when he was here, tell us that he was going to make the streets of Detroit safe so anybody could walk the streets of Detroit? Do you remember him saying that? Has anybody ever called him on the fact that we still have all these shootings and killings in the city of Detroit? And he told us that he was going to make Detroit safe for anyone to walk the streets. Did that happen? I don't think so. People are still getting killed every day. May not be in the papers, but on your smartphone, every day you get the results of where folks have been killed, shot, raped, robbed, etc. And they talk about Detroit, but let's do two things real quickly before I stop. What about when they broke in to the auto place that was selling the Hellcat, that fantastic automobile, drove it right off the floor? They did that not once, but twice. Did they ever find those cars? No. What about the trucks that were stolen out here at the plant in Southwest? First, they cut the wires, the fence, and they drove off with the trucks. Did they find those trucks? No. Did they make a big stink about that operation of who was involved with that? No. And about 3 or 4 months ago, when they actually went to the production site where they stored the trucks with the keys in them, inside job, the guards saw them, and they drove off with about 7 to 10 brand new F-150s. Now, did they find them? They catch them? Oh, I think they said and they drove them. They drove on the expressways. So I think they caught 1 or 2. Have you heard anything more about those robberies? Bet your last money they weren't black. So are you saying that they were just able to get away with those trucks, and you don't hear nobody say, "We're going to get you. We're going to find you"? No. How many hundreds of thousands of dollars did those people get away with? Well, I just have to say I'm amazed. Black folks, you got to wake up. Ms. Joanne Watson, Councilwoman, Reverend Joanne Watson, she's been saying, wake up. Wake up. But if you are in that passive sleep, and if there's only one voice that you want to listen to tell you how to wake up, more power to you. I am Billy E. Jones. This is Talk B. Jones, and I am Dr. Talk. If you want to have information about that liquid biocell, Jusuru, and the Easy Silk Hair and Skin Line products, call me. Or if you have questions about statements that I make, 313-412-3111 is the number to call. Once again, that number is 313-412-3111. And I'm hoping that you enjoy the conversation today and that you make sure that you tune in Sunday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And I know many of you just got that eye saying, "Oh, I'll just listen today." It's all good. It's all good. Well, with that, I'm going to prepare to check out. And once again, who are you going to vote for? Whom? Just think. It's on you. If you don't like what's going on, if you don't care for the way that your president is conducting this country, you need to do one thing. Whether you like it or don't like it, whether you want to listen to a jailhouse lawyer, and that's not saying that a person has to be in jail to be a jailhouse lawyer. Vote. Make a difference. Make a difference. I'm Billy E. Jones, and once again, this is the Talk B. Jones every Sunday, 9 to 10 a.m., and hopefully during the week we'll see you at other times. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, night, evening, whatever it may be. And Mr. T, I think that's it. I've had a chance to exhale now. I feel much greater. I'm going to go out and enjoy myself. In fact, I'm going to go out and dance, Mr. T. Good night now. Bye. You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones. And this is the Talk Beat Jones. This is the Talk Beat Jones. This is the Talk Beat Jones. This is the Talk Beat Jones.